Alright, guys. Those of y'all that getting the countdown, right? 125 before C dealership for exhaust emissions. Alright. That means you got a clog. Don't panic, man. I started to, you know what I mean? I bought that delete thing because I heard so many stories about having this on you, so you want to get this if you're starting the hot shot. Alright. It came on. I pulled over. I YouTubed. Alright, YouTube's the greatest. But there was nothing on the new stuff. Alright, this is a 2022 truck. Alright, it's 6 months old. It came on about 30 miles ago. Anyway, alright, you're gonna need a 10mm wrench, or just find a 10mm or something just to get it off. That's what it is. It's 10mm. They say you can get under there and disconnect the two cables, and two cables are a bitch to disconnect. So I just left them on there, took the two screws off, let it cool down, took the two screws off, took it off. And I looked at it, and it was still had some crystals on it. It had crystallization. So I was like, okay, it don't look too bad. But I went ahead and cleaned it. I sprayed it with Windex. You can use anything, I just cleaned it with Windex. And then they say, you fill up there where that hole is. Well, I felt the hole, and it was blocked. It was solid. There was no hole. So I pushed my finger, and all of a sudden it just popped in. You could hear something fall in. It was clogged. All right. You get that unclogged, clean it all up, put it back on. Don't lose those two screws. Very critical. Make sure those two screws are in a safe spot so you can put it back on. You don't have to unplug it. You can if you want. You want to go through all that, but you just need a 10mm, wrench. Make sure you got that. All right. Once you get that done, then put it all back together. Get it all cleaned up. Get in your truck. Don't reset it. Don't do none of that. Turn on your truck. Let it run. Let it go through its course. Because now the EGR system's going to come on. It's going to work. It's got the exhaust fluid going in. You're in there trying to clear the code, clear the code, clear the code. That's what I was doing. I was trying to clear the code, clear the code. The code's not going to clear because it's still going to say countdown. All right? Just go ahead and clean it. Let it run through its whole damn thing. Let it clean out the exhaust. It recognizes, oh, it's working now. It's coming out. Then after it's all done, you hear the truck idle back down. Turn it off. Leave it off for about 20 to 30 minutes. Just leave it off. Just let it chill for a minute. Then turn it back on. It's gone. The countdown is gone. Because it recognized it can breathe now, I guess. I didn't have to clear no codes, no nothing. And I went and popped my way. Now, if you do that and you have other issues, then you better hope it ain't the pump. Because if it's a pump, fuck, that's going to be a little work. But this is mostly the issue that is common. All right? Usually it's never nothing else. It's always just basically that. That's just like the worst of thinking. But it's never that. We could just hope and pray and get back on the road. Don't panic. I did. It's easy to fix. Just let the truck cool down, get underneath it. A 10mm. You can take the screws off and, instead of unplugging it. Because if you unplug it, it's a motherfucker, man. I'm telling you, the clamp in there you're working around with, it's best just to get the two little screws off and raise it up and come on down so you can maneuver it and see where the plugs are at if you can unplug it. But I didn't have to. I just pulled it off. I looked at it. I seen it clogged. And then I put it back. And then I felt the hole. And the hole where it was supposed to spray down was clogged. I stuck my finger and just pushed down on it and it popped. That was it. And then I cleaned up the little sensor and put it back on, the little spray injector. And put it back on. And then I got in my truck and I thought, oh man, I'm gonna start clearing the code. And it still wasn't doing it. It wasn't clearing it because the truck is saying it hasn't regened yet. It's been having problems to regen, right? I didn't think of that. So that's what it is. Let the truck regen, let it go through its whole process, and then turn it off, and then let it rest for a little bit, turn it back on, and it's gone. I made it to my job. I drove over 400 miles, no problem, nothing. Thank you, Lord. To all you hot shots, keep on trucking. Have a good time on the road. Be safe. We'll talk to y'all again. Thank you.